I want to talk with Jack and Shana about People's Revolution. Hi, guys.
Hi, Noah.
Hi, Noah.
Hi, guys. Hi, Jack. Hi, Shana. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing well. Thank you. So I'll let you guys introduce yourselves to everyone, and then we can talk a little bit more about what's going on, what you guys have been doing. Like, just tell me just about yourselves, what you've been doing, and then we'll get straight into the nitty-gritty.
Shana, you want to start?
I'm Shana East. We're an organizer with the People's Revolution, and right now our primary objective is organizing the People's Convention, which is a one-day event that's being held at the Arch Street Meeting House in Philadelphia, July 23rd.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Jay.
My name's Jackrabbit, and like Shana said, with Shana, we're putting together the People's Convention, and I've been doing radical organizing since Occupy Wall Street, New York, in 2011. Worked with, helped to found Occupy, which was a communications working group that grew out of Occupy. I provided logistical support to Ferguson Action and Movement for Black Lives more recently, and Sean and I have been working on Illinois for Bernie for the past year, and up until we started doing the People's Revolution, and now we're organizing for this convention that I'm very happy to say that Anoa is a part of, which is pretty awesome. Thanks for that, Anoa.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be involved. Yeah, so these two, I've mentioned it maybe once before when I first started coming on Ben's show, just for a little background. Back last summer, after the Netroots incident, the insurrection happened with Bernie Sanders and Black Lives Matter activists at Netroots, these two awesome people were among a crew that put together this really great call for people of color who supported Bernie Sanders. And it was like sometime like whenever that happened, like what was it, mid-July or so, late July. But it was like the most awesome call I had been on. I actually met like a few people that I'm very close to and have done all this work with over the time. But like, so these folks are like master organizers trying to pull people together. So if you guys could explain just a little bit more about like what exactly is the People's Convention? What's the aim? What are we hoping to accomplish? Who's involved?
A lot of folks, have been campaigning. Sorry, I'm a little awkward with this hangout thing, but
no, you're fine. You're doing fine. Don't look at us. Look at the camera.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the camera. So a lot of us have been organizing for Bernie Sanders' campaign for over a year. There's delegates, volunteers, former staff members. Just a bunch of grassroots people as well, who a lot of people are getting, engaged in politics for the first time, and people are wondering, what's going to happen next, where there's a lot of organizations popping up or events and things like that. So basically this was just an event that we thought to put on, because a lot of people are going to be in Philadelphia at that time. We thought what better place to have this event take place. We were hoping for it to be like a few-day thing, but it was really, with the amount that it costs to rent places and, just the logistics of organizing from afar. Right now we're working on a one-day event and just bringing together organizers from around the country that have maybe only worked together remotely and are going to be in Philadelphia anyways at that time. Some delegates that are going to participate in the DNC convention a couple days later. Ours is right before the DNC starts. So we're trying to set the tone sort of for what's going to come up that week with all the different rallies and things like that, sort of a spirit of cooperation and collaboration and solidarity is what we're trying to do. And I'll let Jack speak also on what we're doing.
No, I mean, obviously you're spot on with all that stuff. Just, what I'm going to talk about just real briefly is what we have planned for the event itself. As I mentioned a second ago, Anoa is working on the racial justice issue statement for what we've called the People's Platform. And that's the ratification of that People's Platform is going to be like one of the two central events of the day. And the People's Platform is basically an experiment in radical democracy. We're trying to bring grassroots organizers and grassroots groups from around the country that are working on different issues, the most important issues that we face today, bringing people together and collaborating across different groups to be able to provide solutions for things like climate justice, wealth and income inequality, the issue of living wage or basic income, for example, and to kind of like work collaboratively across different groups and across constituencies to be able to build a platform that is actually contributed to by the public at large and is available and accessible to people to be able to comment on and to amend. The idea being that we will have an actual document that is a statement, a policy statement written by the people that is specifically for the people. So we're really excited about that. I'm really excited about that. And additionally, we're going to have an organizing space that's set aside and designated specifically to be able to have people from all different areas come together to talk about what we can do to build a real movement going forward. So because that space needs to happen, because we do feel that it's important to be able to have rallies and marches and demonstrations. We think that those are absolutely essential to a vibrant democracy, but that there also needs to be an association with that, some organizing that happens, and creating some kind of a framework for an ongoing movement.
Right.
There's got to be more than just public demonstrations. So that's kind of what we've got planned.